Today I'm going to show you how to design an album from start to finish using the Workspace Online Album Designer. So once you're in the designer, you'll see your cover preview. For covers with cover motifs or photo fronts, you can drag an image onto the cover and it'll change the image that displays. If you want to change the cover material or embossing text, click View Album Details and you'll be taken back to the album setup area. This is where you can update your cover information. Save the details, then click Back to Designer. So we'll begin designing this album. So I'm designing a 10 by 10 flush mount at the moment. While you're designing, it all automatically saves, so you don't need to worry if you need to come back to the design later. It just saves what you're doing as you go. You can either use the left or right arrow keys on your keyboard or click the layout to the right or left to change between the two. We'll start with the setting up of your design. So what we do is we like to divide the images up throughout the album so that you kind of have an idea of the flow before you get too picky about the templates. So for the first page, I like to find a nice image that I think would be good on the first page. And from there, starting at the beginning and then just clicking about 4 to 6 images and putting them per layout throughout the whole design. It just makes it a little bit easier to work with without thinking too much about the design at the start. To select multiple images, hold down the Shift key and click on each image. Drag the images onto the page and it will automatically select a template. And we sort of see the flow of the wedding or the event take place. And then we'll come back after that and change the templates to sort of suit what we're looking for. So now that I've gone through the whole album and done that, it's time to select the template I like per layout. You can click the down key arrow on your keyboard to change through the templates. Once you've selected one that looks good, you can move on to the next page. If you feel like you need to adjust an image, click on the image on the layout and the aperture panel will open. Here you can crop into the image, you can move it around, and you can change the opacity, make it black and white, and add a border. Here you can see I've got 4 images on the layout. I quite like what the left-hand side looks like, but I want to change the right-hand side to only have 1 image as a full page. We have a type of template, either double or single left or single right. I'm going to click single right, change the number of images to 1, and then put in a full page image. This means that you can customize the templates that we've created and sort of create your own. You can also filter the templates by the number of images. So here you can click, say, 5 images, and you'll see all the templates with 5 images. And then you can just drag it onto the layout and it'll appear. It's a good idea to use the same template on different layouts to keep the design consistent. You can favorite these templates by clicking the heart icon and clicking Show My Favorites. If you've set up collections such as your client's favorites or artwork images, you can filter the images here and it'll show you the collection of images. You can also search with the name of the image, or you can sort by date or file name. So you can swap the images on the layout by clicking one of the images and dragging it over another. If you want to swap an image between, like for example, layout 1 and layout 2, click on the image and drag it over the next layout. The two images have now swapped. The image that was here is now on layout 1. You can add a layout by clicking Add Layout in this bar here, and delete the layout by clicking Delete Current Layout here. If you want to delete an image off a layout, drag it off the page and onto this red bar here. As you can see, the template changed to suit 3 images as it was 4. In this layout here, you can see that there's a full bleed image. If you're wanting to add an image to the left side of the layout, drag it onto the layout and you'll see there's 2 green panels. Drop images here for left-hand side, or drop images here for right-hand side. I want to add it to the left-hand side, so I'll drop it here. And now the left-hand side's changed. The great thing about the Workspace Designer is that it's template based, and we've had our album designers create thousands of templates to suit Queensberry albums. Be mindful when designing layouts with images across the spine. As you can see here, the groom's face is right in the center. Information can be lost in the spine, so it's important to just keep faces, hands, just important details out of there. You'll see blue lines around the page edge. We call them photo-safe guides and they don't print. If you're using a template that has images bleeding out to the page edge, keep important details out of that space too, as we trim a couple of millimeters off the pages in construction. So once you're happy with the album design, you can share it with your client for proofing. To do that, just click Share, Send to Client for feedback and approval, enter their email address, and they'll receive a nice email saying their album's ready to review. When your client's happy with the album, you'll be notified that they've approved it, and you can come back into Workspace and click Place Order, and we'll take care of the rest. Log into Workspace to try the online album designer.